Welcome to Richard's Adventures. We're at the XL Centre at the moment. I'll just show you around. There's a bridge that goes across the XL Centre, and that's the Sunborn yacht. Pretty awesome. Here the docks, and then meet up Coram, is his friend down there. It's right there, they're making their way. There's the XL Centre. Going here in 4 weeks to film the Comic Con Festival. Hopefully it'll be cool. I'll show you around a bit later. There's a Sunborn yacht, and there's the Eli Emirates, and another hotel in XL. It's quite a nice hotel actually, if you can afford the night. This city airport is just right close by. You know, it's one of the water jets from your legs. They're in the water somewhere. Somewhere. Skyline. Show you. Got exclusive today. We're here all now prepared to go into the SS Robin, and we're going to experience that today. That's why we got our hard hats today, so going to have a great tour and enjoy. Soon, go to the SS Robin. And there's the tour guide. He's going to show us around. The SS Robin, the steamship. Pretty impressive.
So we've come and had a look on the way up. You'll see that she's got the funnel and the masts, which is not a normal circumstance, and that comes from when she was built in 1890. Because of that particular timing, she was built with both. The nice thing of her being up on the pontoon is you can see the lines of the ship as well. The challenge with a lot of historical ships, when they're in the water, they'll be up to about the red level, which means that often from the side all you see is the deck, so you don't really see the rest of the ship. And the important bit about ships is often the lines. The material itself is nice, but the actual shaping is the real sort of important thing. And as a steam coaster, she's more like a sort of barge, so you can see underneath she's extremely flat. And that's for economic reasons. So that's because in tidal waters like the Thames, because they range a lot in the tide, she could come up, when the tide went out, she could sit on the mud, and she would sit flat because she's not got a big keel. That's right, yeah. And those are sort of stabilised, like barge boards we have these days. And that means she could do what's called taking the ground, which means she could sit there and people could move things on and off whilst she was sat there, rather than waiting for when the tide moves, which saves you several days of paying for people to do that, basically. And lets you move stuff.
We're off to see the propeller now. Off to see the propeller. This can be so interesting. Oh, look at that.
So it's always nice to see the propeller, because these are the bits of ships you don't normally see when they're in the water. So it's one of the nicer bits to look at, and it's because it's quite rare to see. We think perhaps this is a smaller propeller than the original, because there's been a plate welded on it. So we think the cam is much lower than the 1960. So it's circumstantial. That might have been the stage where this propeller on, which is slightly smaller and now with the gap. We don't have anything in the records, so it is a bit circumstantial evidence there, but we think that's probably about right. And the rudder is quite large, but it's turned manual. It's turned by gearing, so we'll go see where the steering wheel sits. So is that quite a cast? Yeah. you can see there's all sorts of
I don't know what he told us about that. That's pretty awesome. As you can see the back. This is Robin, but we're going to go up quite soon. So yeah, that's going to be pretty awesome. We are at this mosque.
So when Robin was used in Britain,
Wow, look at that
was
mosque.
it a combination of steam and wind power, or was it one back up for the other?
Well, the wind power was the sails went back off of the sea
Yeah.
because they weren't sure whether whether the steam power could be that reliable.
Yeah.
So it has sail just in case.
Sure.
But as far as I know, didn't have to use it. Didn't have to
See.
use the sails.
Sure. So it's like back up like a sailing
Yeah.
barge in a way.
Yeah. They just used the mast to unload cargo. That's it.
Oh, okay.
The ship now. But look what I found, abandoned building. If there's a way people can get over there and check the abandoned building now. It's so cool. So here we are, top look now.
That's worked well actually. That's a lovely ship. Yeah, I know. I see the guys from there quite a bit. Because obviously it's quite close. No, it's really good actually.
Must be quite phenomenal, the power and the pumps and everything else.
It is, yeah. It's a good display. That, yeah, it's a good display. So we've got the engine here. We won't go down into the engine. But we can head in and have a. Okay.
Once you finished.
So it's a triple touch. This is done in 1890. So she was built here. The outside was built here, the hull, and then she was towed up to be fitted in Scotland. By a firm called Gawley Brothers, who do a lot of work up in Dundee, both shipbuilding and otherwise. So the engine is here, so the propeller shaft is connected to that. It doesn't look very colourful from the top, but it is actually quite colourful. You can see some of the red bits down there. And so this is one of the bits that we're hoping
What's the engine
to
room?
store rather nicely. And this side here is the boiler.
Right, okay.
So the boiler,
Boiler
yeah.
there.
And we'll have a brief look at the steam pipes. And that's what powers from the engine as well. So this powers the winches. So the masts, even though they weren't used under sail, were used to get items out of the hold. So they were used as a boom or a jib to get that. So there's actually a single hold that runs from the end of the boiler room right to the accommodation at the front. So it runs under the captain's cabin with two hatches to help on getting the stuff out. But mostly it was coal, essentially, for most of it. We can have a look in the captain's cabin.
There we go, captain's cabin.
You'll probably have to go down backwards into this one.
Okay. Captain's cabin.
So this is the map room and chart room and the captain's cabin. And this here is probably the head and the shower.
Oh, wow.
So I think this was 2 rooms.
There's the bed. So we'll just sit on it. Nice wardrobe.
At some stage,
Wardrobe
the
key stuff.
door was welded up between these two.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know what exactly.
Look up view. Sitting in the captain's cabin.
And actually, it's a good size for accommodation ships.
Absolutely.
Although,
Yeah, you are
compared to rooms on land, it's pretty small.
Yeah.
Wow.
In ship terms, it's actually quite a large cabin.
Yeah, it is. I was actually surprised when
Yeah,
we saw loads.
that it's quite good.
Because upstairs was small.
Yeah. The other end as well.
Toilet and shower there.
I think you put fairly recent fittings in.
Pretty all cool. Right, off we go this way. We're off this way.
So you can see she's
Up to the deck. Going up to the deck. Up to the deck. We're up to the deck. We're up to the deck. Windbreakers up here. Look at the view. Look at the
And the
view.
bridge wasn't covered originally. In Spain they built a wheelhouse, but from the 1890s this is kind of the layout, but we've added this on just to make it a bit less windy and cold when we're up here. The wheel you can see is geared and not powered by steam, so the wheel would sit out this side as you're facing this way here. You can see the other side, it's got a similar arrangement. And the front there, the forecastle would have held a crew accommodation. So that's where the first mate and the 4 able seamen would have been, basically, with some bunks in that area. I mean, there is a galley on the ship, but there's never been a cook recorded.
Galley, cooking.
We cover the pipes that come up to try and keep those as good as possible.
Oh,
There
there's
is
must be a
actually
little window
bit
up
of
there.
concrete on the ship,
Yeah.
but it's actually original concrete.
It must be really warm in there when you're cooking.
It was actually a normal thing for shipbuilders at that stage to use that. So often if you go down to the chain lock or some other bits at the bottom of the ship, there is actually just concrete as part of that.
The S.S Robin. Look at that. How wonderful is that?
So
Let's take you a tour around myself. Look at that ship. Look at that. And a good view of that. This is on the dockyard. These are the cranes that are used for the S.S Robin sometimes when it comes in, unloads on docks. Yeah, the S.S Robin's not a passenger ship, it's like a cargo ship. So it's been nice for the guy to give us a tour. And the other guy, Asian guy, that was my friend Karam. He just wanted to work there, so it was pretty handy for him to tell us a bit of information. So cool. But yeah, Ensemble Yacht is right there. How nice can you get? The next was there, but I'm going a long way round because I don't fancy that bridge. So that's it for next time. See you on my next video.